Hi guys, sorry I'm a few minutes late, but things happen. But anyway, I want to talk to you guys more about this documentary that's going to be premiering at Sundance and going to be on HBO and on Channel 4 in the UK. I hate to even say the name of it, but what can we do about it? You know, we've done so good. The petition has over 28,000 views in 2 days. Okay, we need to reach at least 40,000 because that's how many people that are attending the Sundance. And we should really reach 100,000, even more than that. But we're without any real media push, any real like being on like a CNN or MSNBC or something like that. It's really hard when you don't have any money and it's just word of mouth. And it lets you guys know the power of big media versus small media. I'm tiny media. I don't even think I'm small media. I think I'm tiny media. But I am media. I do get the word out. I try my best to reach as many fans as I can. Can't afford the big advertising dollars to, you know, get high views, but we're doing good. We're at 5.5 million views on my YouTube channel, and I don't pay for any of them, okay? And that's just word of mouth. So please subscribe, share, repost, retweet, keep this going. Okay, now I want to talk to you guys about something important, right? Most of you guys know that I covered the 2005 trial. I sat in the courtroom. I did 13 30-minute shows on the trial directly from the courthouse, and fan participation and me coming directly out of the courtroom because there was no cameras allowed in the courtroom. So I saw Michael come and go. I could like reach out and touch his hand if I wanted, but you weren't allowed to. You get kicked out. So of course you wouldn't do anything to want to get kicked out because you're there to report on the trial. So anyway, I predicted that Michael would be fully acquitted because I was there and I saw that they had nothing on him. Okay, now the day that Wade Robson testified, I was not there. But he opened up the court case, and Tom Mesereau is quoted as saying that he was one of the strongest witnesses for the defense, even though he was a witness, and he said Michael did nothing to him. He also, as a kid, said Michael did nothing to him unlawful, never sexually fondled him, definitely not sodomy and oral sex. Oh my God. He said none of that stuff happened. And then there's several articles, several videos of Wade Robson defending Michael and said he never did anything. And he said it in a deposition in 93 for the 93 case, and then he said it under oath in the 2005 case. Now, and so did Safechuck. He testified Michael never did anything to him as well. Now, that's perjury, right? That is perjury, period. Okay, if you're turning around now and saying, you know, I lied under oath, and then when he was on one of the morning shows with Matt Lauer, okay, he said, oh, I always remembered. I never forgot what happened. So you purposely lied? He's going to say, oh, but after, you know, the death of Michael Jackson was announced, all of a sudden the memories came back. No, memories are jarred whenever people bring it up. They could pull it out of you when they bring it up. So he said he never forgot. So he purposely lied. So that is a punishable offense. Okay, but I think the charges have to be brought by the Santa Barbara DA's office, who tried the case. It also could be considered obstruction of justice, okay? Because if you knew that you were lying, because you said you never forgot, if you knew you were lying, right, Wade Robson, you knew you were lying, so you obstructed their case, you obstructed justice by lying, and then it could be conspiracy. Because he said him and Michael decided that they weren't going to tell the truth about what their relationship was. So we're talking about three crimes 3 potential crimes are misdemeanors and felonies. And we're talking about multiple cases. So I think we have to wait until the documentary is out there to contact the Santa Barbara DA's office to say file charges against Wade Robson and James Safechuck. Okay? Because if they lied to you then, because they're liars no matter what, because they're either lying now in this documentary or they lied then. So they're liars no matter what. No matter what. They are liars. Okay? Now, the estate, has released 2 statements. Okay? One of them is saying, it's horrible, it's terrible, the documentary, but we can't do anything. Okay? Because you can't sue for defamation on someone who is considered deceased or who is deceased. Okay? Now, along with all us other believers, know that nothing proves Michael's dead. There's something wrong at every angle. Now, people would say, well, if Michael's alive, be quiet and protect him. Look, this death hoax has been going on and information has been going on for 9.5 years. Okay, you can't unspill that milk. Okay, you cannot unspill the milk. Okay, I'm not the only death hoax person out there that's made videos about it. Okay, I might be the only one that has marketed a documentary about it, but that's not going to change anything, because if you go to my YouTube channel, it might take you a month to watch all my YouTube videos when you can get the documentaries in 4.5 hours, 253 minutes, and you can get most of the information, okay, out of the documentaries, the Alive trilogy of Michael Jackson docs, or you can watch the Michael Jackson, The Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop. They're both on Vimeo.com, okay? Now, Michael and the death hoax. I waited almost a full year before I reported on the death hoax. Jonelle Starr was one of the first people who did media hoax that Michael faked his death, and she did a lot of them, okay? And she had millions of views, okay? And I would watch them, and I would keep notes, and I would stay in touch. Me and another friend, we would keep up with the clues, and I would keep notes and everything. So I was being responsible. And the first death hoax video, I think I put that in Alive 3. The first death hoax video came out the day he was announced dead. On June 25th, 2009, okay? I had nothing to do with exposing Michael Jackson's death hoax. I was a responsible person. I kept notes, and after I kept notes, I released a book so when I wrote the book, I was able to double check all those facts that were out there that said something is weird about the death of Michael Jackson. Right? So that book is called Pseudocide: Did Michael Jackson Fake His Death to Save His Life? Now, I am someone that just words by themselves don't mean much. They just don't mean that much. You have to use something to substantiate them. And that's why my Pseudocide: Did Michael Jackson Fake His Death to Save His Life book, which is available on Amazon, was released May 20th or 21st, 2010. Okay, I put links in there, so that you didn't just have words, that you had words and you had links to where I can show you the proof, okay? Because now with words, I just don't trust words without something to substantiate them, okay? Now, if Wade Robson and James Safechuck, who it has been reported are the 2 guys that are in this 233-minute documentary, who are going to be telling what I consider fables, okay? Because you had so many years to tell the truth, and then you waited and then you sued for money, and it's just awful. It's just awful. And now that your cases are dismissed, you're mad. Also, I read that the reason why Wade Robson got upset was because he wanted the directing job that Jamie King got for the Cirque du Soleil show. Is it true? I don't know. Also, I read that the reason why James Safechuck is mad is because he wanted the job as the little kid in the Michael's Moonwalker movie. Okay? So these are disgruntled employees. Okay? So that who knows, what goes on, and they're holding on tight. Okay. Now I wonder, did the estate sue for court costs for nearly 5 years of harassment of a court case? And I consider this documentary on Michael harassment. Okay? One of the reasons why Michael faked his death is because of BS like this. Thinking it's never going to stop, it's never going to stop, it's never going to stop. But I think Michael felt bad for fooling the fans, so he started leaving all these death hoax clues so that his most dedicated fans will know, hi, I'm still here. I think he was torn. He wanted to do something to protect himself, but at the same time, he had feelings for fooling the people that love him. So that's why I believe he left all these death hoax clues for us. Okay? The Bill of Rights, we have a constitutional right as U.S. citizens to the pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. Michael couldn't do that with people harassing him, accusing him of molestation, something that he said he never did and doesn't even have an inkling for. He said, I don't do kids. And the reason why they found Michael not guilty in 2005, a 14-week trial, was because of Michael's sexual preference. The only thing we had was his girly magazines that he had been subscribing to for a decade. And Michael, forgive me for saying this, they even had his sperm on them. His DNA. Okay, on the girly magazines. No kids' DNA. The thing about the kids' fingerprints was a lie, because the fingerprinted girly magazine didn't come out until after the Arvizos left Neverland and never to return. Okay? That was falsifying evidence. And people get away with this kind of stuff. Lying under oath. So we cannot the posting is great. The signing the petitions are great. Okay? The discussions are great. When we see somebody attacking Michael, ask them, did you see Michael molest a kid? Of course, and if they did, how come they didn't turn him in? Other than that, hush your mouth. You have no proof. Michael has been investigated for over 10 years by the FBI, who has also confirmed his real name is Michael Joe Jackson, by the way. Okay? The Santa Barbara DA and the Santa Barbara Police Department, the Los Angeles Police Department, the Los Angeles DA passed on the case, okay? And also the Child and Family Services. He's been investigated. Okay? 4 claims. The first one dismissed. He was so embarrassed and so distraught over that he used the insurance money from the cancellation insurance to pay Jordy Chandler, because he wanted it to go away, and he was talked into settling. He was talked into it. It was the first time any big scandal happened in his life. Okay? So, oh my God. Just because he hung around little kids doesn't mean he had sex with them. He was trying to have the little friends that he thought he should have had when he was 10 and 12 and 14 years old. He thought he missed out on those friendships in that time in his life. So he was trying to get it back, but it doesn't mean he wanted to have sex with them. And even if he said, I shared my bed, he slept on the floor. And even if he slept in the bed with the kid, that's not against the law. It's against the law to have sex with a child or to do sexual acts on a child. Okay? And you know what the Arvizos complaint was? That Michael showed them girly magazines, which there was no proof of that. Okay? No proof of that. Because the fingerprints were on a magazine that was published after they left Neverland, right? And that Michael spooned them in the bed. Now, all of a sudden, with Wade Robson, who is a liar. Who is a liar. Did you lie then or do you lie now? Who is a liar. Now has said that Michael sodomized him? That was never even brought up before at all. What? What? And you wanted to keep something like that secret? Something so violent? That might have caused you to bleed? I hate to get dramatic, but come on. And you kept that silent? And you lied? Several times? Okay, so this is what I think. I think it has to air first, okay? Or the DA, Santa Barbara DA, has to get a look at that documentary, okay? And charge them with obstruction of justice, perjury, and conspiracy. Okay? The estate can't do it because the estate has to say Michael's innocent. Michael's innocent. So if you're suing for perjury, oh, you think they lied when they said they were innocent? So it has to come from the people who believe that Michael, or at least pursued that Michael Jackson was guilty. Because Safechuck and Wade Robson is the one that were a part of destroying their case. Lying to them. Okay? So there is something that can be done. Now, I wrote certain notes. Now, we have, Neil that's come out and supported Michael. All right. We have one of the Gordy sons, Gordy L.O.V.E, come out and support Michael. We also have Jermaine. I don't know if that's his official Facebook, but there's a Facebook page where Jermaine posted, signed the petition. There is Taj, nephew, and I think Taj, Terrell, and TJ, if they all come out and promote everybody sign the petition, and Prince Jackson needs to do it. Paris, where's she been for a month? Girl, you all right? You ain't posted in a month. The 13th is when you stop posting in December on your Instagram and on your Twitter. Okay, I don't follow all your social sites, so maybe you're posting somewhere else. But on those two, which were your most popular, I haven't seen. You all right, girl? You okay, Paris? Okay, and I think that the Jackson family, Jackie, Tito, all of them need to promote that petition to be signed so we can get a lot of signatures on there and we can make a loud and bold statement. Okay? Loud and bold statement. Okay? We know that, like I said, all of the agencies, FBI, LAPD, Santa Barbara PD, Santa Barbara DA, LADA, Child and Family Services have all tried Michael Jackson. They've looked and they've searched for proof of pedophilia, homosexual pedophilia. They couldn't even find any proof of homosexuality, let alone pedophilia. Yeah, he hung around kids, but that's not illegal. Teachers hang around kids all day. Somebody got to teach the kids. Somebody got to hang around with the kids. Baseball coaches, all kinds of people. But Michael's not a teacher. He's an entertainer. He's a singer. Okay? So we have 4 allegations. Extortion, number 1. Number 2, extortion. 3 and 4 are 1, but they're together. Extortion. They're all trying to make money. And big money, because after you paid $20 million, people are like, ooh, that could change my life. Right? That could change my life. And Evan Chandler, who was the mastermind behind the first 93 allegation, he committed suicide, a decade ago. Okay, well, around 2006, I think. Okay, I don't keep, his suicide in my head, so 2006, 2007 maybe. Okay, maybe 2008, I don't remember. But I remember it's before the death announcement. Okay, and we have, so we had 3 cases. Okay, we have one trial and we got 3 dismissals. Okay, I mean, what more can they do? So now they're trying to destroy Michael's image in the public opinion, Michael's name and Michael's likeness. They're out to destroy that. Okay? And it's not right and it's not fair. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you the list of, I have some notes written here, and I want to make sure that I'm getting all my notes here. Okay? And what we have proof of with Michael faking his death, and when we know, if you watch the Alive trilogy of Michael Jackson docs, that the first statement from Michael Jackson himself was 7 days after the death announcement, with the promo to This Is It, with a Martin Luther King Jr. excerpt saying it's the greatest demonstration of freedom in the history of our nation. That was Michael saying he was going for his freedom. Because when they almost locked you up in jail, and Michael probably, after he was acquitted, 14 out of 14 counts, after he was acquitted, June 13, 2005, I bet you he said, doggone it, I'm faking my death, because we know that he tried it in 2001. But the 911, the terrorist attack, stopped him. You got to watch the Alive trilogy. I show you proof. Some good stuff. Some good stuff. Even in the 30th anniversary, which was filmed this 9/7 and 9/10, the next day Michael was still in New York, and the terrorists hit the Twin Towers with the airplanes. Okay? Michael was still in New York. You'll see Michael with a suitcase. And he comes out and he puts the suitcase on a bar stool and he opens it and he starts, where are you going? Where are you going, Mike? Okay? But he can't upstage a terrorist attack. You can't say, fake your death then. You must postpone. You have to. But he was a man on a mission to get his freedom. Okay? So you can't blame him. Some all you people, why would he do that? You don't know? Okay. Let's see. Oh, in the article, 1994, which is 1 year, the next year, there was an article saying that Michael plans to fake his death in 1994. So I show you that in the Alive trilogy. Okay. Let's see what else I have. Now let's talk about R. Kelly a little bit, because I feel like this documentary, after the whole R. Kelly thing, I want to tell you another difference. We know R. Kelly is a pedophile. He married a 15-year-old. He married a 15-year-old, lied on the marriage certificate and said she was 18. That's a fact. That's a fact. Okay? So we can't compare R. Kelly with Michael Jackson, because there's no facts that prove that Michael married or had sex with any person under the age of 18. Okay? We don't have anything like that. Okay? So, R. Kelly. This is the big one. This is the big one. After the R. Kelly documentary aired, now he is being investigated by law enforcement in the state of Georgia, reportedly, and in the state of Illinois, reportedly. Okay? That's after they aired. Okay? So if we want to make sure we can start bombarding the Santa Barbara District Attorney's Office with charging Wade Robson, or Rob. How about Robson? Because he's trying to rob Michael Jackson's estate. Wade Robson, okay, of perjury, obstruction of justice, and conspiracy. Okay, one of them has a fine up to $10,000. The other one has a fine up to $1,000. He can serve up to 5 years in prison. Okay. For those 3, and I believe that it should be done by and the estate can send the Santa Barbara. Well then, but see, it's so hard if you support Michael. You see what I mean? So it's up to the Santa Barbara District Attorney's Office to do something, because they ruined their lies, if they are lies. But right now they're going to tell the whole wide world, we lied under oath. Really? And they can get away with it? Purposely and intentionally, because he told Matt Lauer, I never forgot? Okay? So these are the things that we can do. Okay? That can be done. Meanwhile, we continue to defend Michael. We continue to post and retweet and share and subscribe to my channel. Show my video. Subscribe. If you're there right now, and I'm going to put this on YouTube. I know this is a Facebook Live, but I put them on YouTube the next day. Okay? You can subscribe to my channel. Okay? There's so much stuff that we can do. Okay? We just continue to be active. Okay? As someone who sat in that courtroom and listened to testimony. Okay? And, the 13, it's 12 or 13. True Talk shows, I'm going to be working on transferring them out of the 3/4 inch tape. Cecil said he thinks they're on a hard drive somewhere, so we have to go to our storage unit because we moved out of a big house into a small apartment. Okay, so Cecil said he thinks they're on the hard drive. So within, a week or so, we're going to go and we're going to see if it's in the hard drive in our storage unit, or I'm going to have to pay anywhere from $300 to $500 to get them transferred to a thumb drive so I can upload them. Okay, so that you can see me in real time at the courthouse. Okay, at the courthouse. See me in real time at the courthouse. At the courthouse, coming directly out of the courtroom, listening to testimony and giving commentary right then and there. And it's really the greatest worldwide fan support of any pop star in the history of the world. Fans came from all over the world, okay, to see, to defend Michael Jackson, okay, and I show you that. Okay, I show you it. Okay, so I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to let you watch, because it's very important. This is the documentary that proves Michael Jackson's innocence here. That Michael and his father told me he wanted to buy it. Joe Jackson, Joseph Walter Jackson, supported this, and Michael too, because the address of my distributor ended up being the address of the Michael Jackson Company. Okay, same building. Except for they used the Suite 1000, which is the conference room. Okay? All right? And also, Michael, Carey Gordy, and Jack Wishna had a company called Rock City. And the distributor, who I believe Joe hired as a middleman, because Joe told me, I don't want to be involved, because when a Jackson involved, they want more money. Okay? I didn't know that this person... I didn't know Rock City was the same name of the same company. It's under my distributor's name, not under Michael Jackson, but it's still Rock City, which is the same name that Michael Jackson had a company with Carey Gordy. Okay? Same thing. So they supported this documentary, and I know Michael watched it. I know he did, because I told Ramon about it. Because at first, when it's called Behind the Scenes of the Michael Jackson Trial, Ramon contacted me. Okay, and I believe I sent her a copy. I said, I'm supporting Michael. Is 100% supportive. So Ramon and I became, who was Michael's spokesperson and then Michael's manager, Ramon and I would communicate like 3 or 4 times a week via email. We'd even talk on the phone. Okay, and Ramon told me after the death announcement that she sent every one of my emails to Michael Jackson. Okay, because Michael knew I was in the courtroom. He saw me. I showed you guys some footage of that. Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn this around and show you the commercial, because we have to promote this too. I don't make very much money, guys. But I want people to watch online, because the distributor isn't paying me when you buy it on Amazon. He's not, because I had a distributor, and it's just a long story. It was another person, a third party. It's a long story. But anyway, try to watch it on Vimeo, on my channel, okay, if you want to support me. Okay, if you just want to have to get the DVD, the distributor, even though our contract is over, he still has supplies that he's allowed to continue to sell. I believe. I tried to get a lawyer, and and it's a third party. It's not my direct distributor. It's another company. It's another company, because the distributor I signed a deal with, he had sub distributors. Other people. Okay. So anyway, here's the commercial for Michael Jackson Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop. Michael Jackson, the Trial and Triumph of the King of Pop, tells the undaunted truth about the superstar and the media pundits that hated him. From his struggles with skin color, surgeries, his sexual preference, and the child molestation accusations are all exposed. This documentary answers how Michael paid a reported $20 million and tells the real facts about why he was found not guilty. Plus, it chronicles what the King has been doing since his 2005 acquittal to his announcement at London's O2 Arena, then right into his untimely death. Okay, that is my, let me turn this around. Okay, turn the camera around. Okay, here I am. Oh, well, what happened there? Okay, come on, camera. Come on, there we go. All right, and like I said, when this first came out, because I signed the deal, the distribution deal to the middleman, okay? I signed that deal 7 weeks before the death announcement. So this would be ripe and ready for the pandemonium that Michael Jackson had died. I believed he was dead. I believed it at the time. It took me all the way, almost a year, okay? And after I wrote the book, then I was convinced, because not only all my notes, but then when I wrote the book, you study, you review, you have to put it in an order that's easy to understand. You have to chronicle it. You got to show proof. You got to put the links in. So I became someone who believed in the death hoax. April, let's call it April 2010. And right before I released the book, I was on Ramon Bain's radio show talking about the book. Does she know about the death hoax? I don't know. I don't think so. But she was there to support me because she had a radio show. Okay? So guys, okay, we continue to be active. Don't stop anything. We got to get at least 40,000 signatures on that petition. It is not my petition, it's someone else's. Okay, but I support those that support Michael Jackson, because that's what we fans do, right? So it was at around 28,000. So we got to get to 40, okay, 40,000. Okay, so make sure you watch that, or watch it with a friend. It explains why Michael Jackson was found innocent at the 2005 trial. Okay, now here, I'm going to show you something. The estate made statements, right? And they gave us people that that we can contact. Sundance, you can contact HBO and complain. You can contact Channel 4 in the UK. You can contact their team coordinator on Channel 4, and also the producer, Dan Reed. There's his email address. Okay, guys? We can do this. We can do this. Okay? So, continue. So, we continue. But it's a travesty of justice if the Santa Barbara DA's office does not charge Wade Robson and James Safechuck, or whoever else is in that documentary that said Michael was innocent and then changed their mind, with perjury. Okay? With perjury, obstruction of justice, and conspiracy. Okay, guys, so I think I got all my notes. And we need more Jackson family involvement. We need them to support the petition, to because it's already out there. Okay, now I'm not going to go down to the Sundance Film Festival. I'm not going to go there. Okay, and I'm hoping that people are so disgusted by the film that it flops at the Sundance Film Festival. Now, for my movie, Prisoner of Fame, I explained from from things, from facts, why Michael Jackson faked his death. Okay, I just filled in the blanks. What my 19-minute short film is, it is supportive of Michael Jackson faking his death. It gives some insight to why he did it. Okay, gives insight. Okay, so I want to pull that up real quick. Okay, I should have had it pulled up already. The Vimeo Prisoner of Fame trailer, so I can show that here, so that you guys can have, you guys can know that I am a bona fide supporter of Michael Jackson. Bona fide supporter of Michael Jackson. Okay, here's the Prisoner of Fame trailer. Okay, and I think I could play. It's on YouTube, and it's on Vimeo as well. This is the trailer for Prisoner of Fame. And Peter Michael Bobby, he gave me that. He gave me this logo.
I know, Jack, but something is wrong, damn it. The body's still way too cold. Does anybody know about this in your family?
Yes. My sisters, my brothers, my parents.
Your children?
Of course. I taught them how bizarre show business can be.
Yes, they called you the Bizarro King.
Yeah. I do feel bad about fooling my fans. I have the best fans in the world, Doctor. But this is the only way that I can totally be free. They'll understand eventually. I want to be immortal, Doctor. Like all the greats. I want to go down in history as the greatest entertainer this world's ever seen. Except, I won't be here to be kicked around. All I gotta do is get myself out of here unnoticed.
Okay, guys. So it's really, really good. Okay, and I can't wait to show you the rest of it. And this'll, if this goes and becomes a series like I wanted, or a movie like I want it to, it gives a sympathetic look at Michael Jackson, and everything that I come up with is based on my investigation. I just had to fill in the blanks, you know what I mean, and weave it into a story. But it's so much fun because you guys can see some of the clues and the symbolisms in the 19-minute film. But I'm hoping that it does more than just this, okay, so that people can get a different perspective of Michael. I mean, who in the world hasn't heard that Michael's been accused of child molestation? It's old. It's old. Police agencies for decades have tried. 93 allegations, 2003 again. 2013, every 10 years, or somebody saying, me, because Michael was friends with them. He was having like little friendships like he was 15, like he was 12, feeling like, since I have the money and I got the time, and plus, older people are always looking at you to be, you know, the most brilliant, and to wow them, and to be a wind-up doll, and, you know, expecting, you know, everything that you do to have this greatness on it, and it's so much pressure, you know, or looking at a way to where they can make a deal with you, or something. So it's hard to have friendships outside of business. Even though Michael's friends, a lot of them were in the movie business, so he liked people in entertainment, and he likes creative people. But kids aren't, you know, it was less pressure. And also with women, you got vitiligo, all your shirts are always buttoned up to here, you know, unless it's a video and you've already sprayed yourself. And then you have this secret for a decade. You know, Michael said his skin started, you know, blotching during Off the Wall. which was the late 70s, right? And we have them all the way to like 1990, the late 80, 88, 89, 90, after the bad, when he had to start, a decade later, putting on more makeup because the blotches grew and grew and the white spots grew and grew and grew. But imagine, you're thought of as this sex symbol, this beautiful, fantastically sexy sex symbol. And whenever you go out, you have your shirts buttoned up to here. And because you're afraid that women are going to want to have sex with you, and you got that secret. You got that secret. So have a heart, doggone it, for Michael Jackson. From his perspective. Of course, I don't judge people like that. But it doesn't mean that he didn't feel bad about it. He wasn't self-conscious. When you look up vitiligo, they talk about the psychological effects of it. Self-esteem. So kids didn't want to have sex with him because he wasn't trying to show off the body that's blotchy. He was trying to hide it. He was trying to hide it. So the court, the people, the jury who heard everything, they couldn't find any reason to convict him of one crime. Nothing. And the Santa Barbara, Tom Sneddon, he had one of the highest prosecution rates of anyone in the country. It was over 90%. So he ran that Santa Barbara courthouse, that district attorney's office there. Okay? And he got the worst, oh my God, beating. Thank you, Mesereau. Thank you. Okay? 0 convictions. And that's why Michael faked his death, to have freedom. Okay? Michael, wherever you are safe, and it is not against the law to fake your death. And none of the Jacksons, except for his mother, who was a part of the will, okay? None of his brothers and sisters are benefactors. They're not listed, okay? And I don't want to get into the ins and outs of the will and the living trust, because certain people aren't listed as well that you think are listed, okay? I don't want to get into all that right now. Okay, so we stay focused, okay? We stay active, okay? We continue to send letters. We continue to post about the petition. We continue to support Michael. And whenever we see somebody calling Michael a pedophile, we have to ask them, did you see him perform those acts on children? Well, no. Well, then you don't know. But he was tried, tested, looked for, and every time they came up with nothing. Okay, guys, so this is Pearl Jr., and I'm out. Talk to you guys later. Oh, yeah, I'm dolled up. Think I'm going to go out today. See? Okay, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.